Welcome to the New York Outlook for Monday, the 27th of November 2023. Starting off with GBPUSD. Actually, just quickly reflecting on the economic calendar. Like I said, there's no red folder news, there's just some medium impact news that will occur in about 2 hours' time. But this is medium impact, so I'm not too concerned about it. If we look at the 4 hour for GBPUSD, as you can see from our London session outlook, we had this daily target which is pretty much about to be reached. From a 4 hour perspective, we were right around here, and then from a 15-minute or 5-minute perspective, what you can see is price came into this demand and then from there pretty much shot up. So my issue with trading from here was that on the 15-minute it was tough to justify order flow unless you're using these wicks, which I don't really like. And then also what you can see is on the 15-minute we had this change of character right here on market up, and then price came down, came up, and I mean, ideally if we were trading this, then we would have entered right around here, which would have been fine. But like I said, I don't have a good enough support for the 15-minute being in control, especially given, you know, where we are. So for that reason I didn't take this trade, and as you can see, we just took out the target, the daily target that is, and yeah, so no more longs for today. From a shorting perspective, to try and play the reversal, the issue here is this is day 3, so this day is likely to close bullish, so from tomorrow we can maybe assess taking a short targeting this window of imbalance right here from a daily perspective to play the ERL reversal. But yeah, that's, I don't foresee me taking any further trades for GBPUSD. Maybe just before I move on to EURUSD, I can just touch on the 5 minutes. So the 5 minute was setting up quite nicely. The problem is we had this change of character and then the full order flow shift, right? The order flow shift then invalidates trading this POI, which is why I was looking at the 15-minute, but it wasn't convincing enough. So yeah, I stayed away. And then if we look at EURUSD on the 4 hour, so EURUSD, we're targeting this void swing high. Everything's set up quite nicely. We even created this nice primary leg OB right here. Yeah, and then essentially what you can see is similar to GBPUSD on the 15-minute. We changed character and then price came down and up. So if price was to come back here, then there's too much evidence to suggest that supply is in control. However, if we consider it from a 1 hour perspective, so on the 1 hour demand is clearly in control, and then we have this nice chain. So on the 1 hour we could, even though this is on the 1 hour, in order to get here there'd be a change of character, which is fine, but it's looking less likely like it's going to happen. And then if we go back onto the 15-minute, it looks like price is going to break this structure, which would revalidate that demand is in control on the 15-minute. But at the same time, what we would need is for, you know, price to come back before taking out the target, which I think is quite unlikely to happen. So we just have to monitor it a bit closely, But for now, I think this entry is fine, because even if the New York session opens, effectively we've got this this London range that would need to be taken out, and I'm hoping it would come down, take this, and then go. But I don't know, it looks more and more likely like it's just going to go. From a 5 minutes perspective, similar to what was this, GBPUSD, where the change of character, price came in, and you can see supply then subsequently took control over here. And then since then, so if we just consider what's going on here, just to make sense of things a bit more, what has happened. So we had supply taking control. I'm just going to put this onto the 15 minutes so I can see better. So supply, okay, so there's this wump right here which justifies why why this can be counted as a valid mitigation. And then from there we had obviously supply taking control, and then we had the chalk here, right? So we have a chalk there, and then it looks like demand is back in control. Okay, so that's good. Demand is indeed back in control. However, even though demand is back in control, with regards to trading in a discount and premium, you can see that we needed, well, we would need price to come back here. And in terms of whether this is valid, this is a secondary leg demand, because this is your primary leg which came down, alright, which came down, and then from there we created a primary, a secondary leg, which is fine, we can trade it. The problem is that what do you call this? So as you can see, even though we don't have a 4H area, we have this precise unmitigated LB to support the new order flow shift on the 5 minute. Sorry, just give me a second. I just want to bring this to the foreground. Why are you? Okay, so essentially what I'm saying is this entry remains valid per the hourly, and whatever entries we've got on for the whatever setting up for New York, we'll have to take out the London range first. So based on that fact, this entry still remains valid, because the premise would be to use the London range as the liquidity, tap this, and then go to the target, hopefully somewhere here, to get the 1 2 3. And yeah, if the London range is broken, then obviously our fib range will extend, and then we can reevaluate the 50%. So maybe I should just amend this quickly. London range liquidated. Okay, so that's my outlook for the New York session. We will, yeah, I guess we'll chat again in the end of day review, but for the rest of New York session, I only anticipate potentially taking a New York trade on EURUSD, and GBPUSD is completely rolled out until tomorrow.